Welcome to Bottom Line Sports Talk. I'm George Abraham. You know my partner, Albert Cameron. Talk about a lot of things. Baseball's around the corner, softball, so they're playing in the colleges. But is there anything better than an opening day no-no? That's it.
Yeah, from a local player also. Sophie Howell, we covered her at Champion, and she moved on to Youngstown State. And she came out of the gates, George, with a no-hitter. And we're talking about Division I softball.
Yeah, and let's add that. Never happened before. They've had other no-hitters, et cetera,
Right.
but not opening day,
Not opening day.
which I think just adds to the difficulty.
Yeah, first one in the history of YSU.
Nice.
Seventh pitcher in school history to do it, and the ninth all time. Hal knows about no hitters though. When we covered the show when she was a champion,
She only had 9. Hey, what are you talking about? She only had 9.
31-2 record.
Yikes. 3 tighties.
And 3 titles. So I know why she was excited to land her locally. We've talked about local kids making YSU in the past. That's what Sophie's doing right now. Great start, 2-0 with 1 point run average. Nothing better to start the show off with a college kid who's successful from our local school.
Yeah, I think it hits us in about 3 ways. 1, YSU. 2, Champion. And 3, just the fact that it's a local kid doing that at the, that's not a small jump,
Oh, it's amazing.
People talk about I said, those kids in college, some are 22,
Here's
23.
how we know. Remember the girl Poland was the most dominant pitcher ever.
Absolutely.
She went to Tennessee and became a second or third pitcher. I mean, it wasn't.
And she was fabulous.
No, fabulous. Yes, fabulous.
That's the difference. And my father was the best at that, though. He made sure I knew that I wasn't nearly as good as I thought I was coming from that little town of 70,000. You know what I mean? He stressed. He goes, "Well, you're going to find out." He'd go, and I'm thinking, what's he talking about? I went one day to college, and I told you, I've told the story in the radio before.
It's a great story.
This dude's in the gym. And I've seen guys, I played with some good players, as you know, but nothing like, ba-boom, ba-boom. I said, I've never seen anyone jump like this.
Yes.
Missing on the one side, put it in the other. He wasn't great. Yeah, no one does that.
Right.
So I went over, I introduced myself, and I said to him, where did you play? He says, Roman Catholic in Philadelphia. I'm thinking, oh, okay. Because they weren't in the PA state back then. I said, I wonder. How many points did you average? He looks at me, says, I was the 6th man. I said, whoa, let me pull this back 2 notches.
Yeah, for even people in Ohio watching our show, Roman Catholic is like Akron St. Vincent. That's the kind of school.
Comparable. Good point.
Yes, you have to understand.
He didn't start. I thought, well, that tells me all I need to know.
You couldn't say that any better.
And I'm thinking I was pretty good. I thought, yeah, geez, well, you find out in a hurry.
Yes, you do. And locally, Ursuline is one team that's still playing tremendously. And congratulations to Keith Gunther with his 300th win.
Good job, Coach.
Ursuline improves to 15-3, ranked number 7 in Division II. The only boys team that is ranked. I'm hoping that other teams can sneak in, and maybe they had some injuries or whatever, that they can do some things in the playoffs. But that's Ursula's only local team. In the girls' pool, we have West Branch at number 8 in Division II. We follow West Branch all year. Let's hope they continue also. In boys hoops, Lisbon, which we hope will do some damage in the playoffs, clinched the EOAC championship, 13-0 in league play, 16-3 overall. And Trevor Sefke, we covered him many times. He led the team with 23 and he had a great performance beside that. Hunter Daly with 22. We'll follow these teams in the playoffs. We'll keep you up.
Well, let's talk about that. It's that time of year.
It really is.
And PA, they're just getting ready to crank it up. And in Ohio, we have to realize, open playoffs. But at the same time, the worse you do, you're going to play a stud out of the gate. That's the difference. You end up just eking in. Guess what? In the first round,
you're in trouble.
Yeah, that's the deal. But it's quite, as you said, we got to get more than one team in there.
Yeah, let's hope that as we're covering it, that we say weekly, a big surprise in the Valley.
Yep.
We would love to do that, no question about it.
I remember coming over here for years with Bob Bartlett watching Ursuline play at Boardman or Struthers or wherever. We were always coming over here.
Recruiting somebody, huh?
Absolutely. No, there's a lot of talent in this area.
Yeah.
You know, and then you take it to the next level. We've talked about this, you and I, whether it be Slippery Rock, Youngstown, Duquesne, Pitt, you have to recruit nationally. If you're going to recruit locally, they're finding that out at Slippery Rock University now. Their women are just struggling like crazy.
And they've always recruited locally, haven't they?
Too much. I mean, you have to be honest.
Yeah.
You know, if they come in there and they tell the coach, we want local women, then they're telling you they don't expect you to win. Because the quality of basketball, don't get me wrong, the coaches are fine, the teams are nice, but talent.
Well, yeah, and George just made a statement in the last 2 minutes in his talk. He said local talent. Most of our talent are really good players, but they're Division III talent.
Yeah.
You know,
Or two.
we make that clear.
Once in a while.
90%.
Oh, yeah.
Our Division III, we'll sneak a couple Division IIs in and a couple Division
How long
Is.
did we coach? Between us 70 years?
I had 1.5.
That's about,
I had
I'm pretty
1.5.
close.
That's what I had,
Yeah.
1.5.
Yeah. And the kid I had, he was fabulous.
So was mine.
But then the Pitt changed leagues.
Yeah,
See,
right.
they were in the Eastern 8.
Yes.
He could play against Duquesne and Penn State.
Right.
When they went to the Big East, playing against Ronnie Cycli, Pat Ewing.
Yeah, a little different
Albert?
breed. A little different breed there.
It is what it is.
Yes.
But we have a buddy that's at Pitt now, and I called him the other night. I told Al, I watched the game. They just took Virginia apart off the dribble. And I told Al, I said, I called him. He said, how are you doing? I said, not as good as you. I mean, they're on a little bit of a heater.
Yeah, Pitt, the local team is really on it. And just in the opposite, Ohio State
Oh, they
fires
fired
their
the
coach.
coach.
Was a coach at Geneva. I got to know him at Geneva.
Okay, so you knew him.
Yeah.
That's a bad. We're going to talk about Shannon later because I'm going to unload. Firing them with
Not right.
5 games.
Not
left.
right.
What's the point? I want to know. I want
They can't give you any
Ohio
reason.
State
They can't give you a
to
reason.
tell me why.
They can't give you a reason.
Maybe they could get hot in the tournament. It has happened. UConn did it one year.
It's happened many times.
Yes. Why couldn't they get hot?
No, because when you watch their games, and I do, I watch all their games.
Yeah.
Paul.
That's Ohio State all
They
the
don't
time.
lose by 30.
No.
It's 61-60 with 2 minutes left.
Yeah.
And they end up losing by 8. You know, it's
Talk
I
about
don't mind the firing part if you want to go a different direction, but not
with
with
5
games left in the season.
What does it accomplish?
Nothing. You don't get the coach
Unless
any
you have a
faster.
name in the drawer.
You don't get and they do, but they ain't going to accomplish anything 5 games before. They could have waited to the end of the year.
We've talked about, you know what, maybe the old coach in us comes out.
We just have a little idea
Yeah.
of what's the right way to do it.
Yeah.
That's all.
That's like the other day with this bum
Right way to
that
do
pushed
it.
the coach. I don't care.
It bothers me so bad.
You understand?
still.
I don't care if they won. I don't care.
I mean,
if
that's the
he's
part.
Dating
That's the part,
Madonna. I don't care.
The part is right there is they won, so it's okay.
It was okay. No, it was okay. Big Red thinks. Yeah. Okay.
And then I hear and I listen to much radio.
Yeah, me too.
They say, he's an emotional guy.
Wait a minute.
And he's trying to channel his emotions.
You taught me this. Hold on. You taught me this. The other team wants to win too. Who doesn't want to win out there? Tell me one guy in the Chiefs that
Exactly.
didn't shove the coach that didn't want to win.
I know. Think about shoving a coach.
You think Juszczyk wanted to win?
So that means every week we put on the TV.
Just smack somebody.
Let's put a college basketball game on.
Oh, yeah.
And the coach is talking, and he pushes the coach away. Yeah. We would say, and somebody said, no, that's okay.
He's out.
He's a little emotional.
He wants to win. No, the best one is he wants to win. Like you don't.
Yeah, I know.
I remember one time I told you I learned a coaching lesson.
My.
Joe D was 10 times the coach I was. And I beat him every time. I'm a little sassy, right? Well, one time he got me. I gave him one of those half slap handshakes at Harbaugh. Yeah. He goes, hold it a second, George. I said, Coach, I apologize. You're right. You want to win just as bad as I do.
Yeah, I know.
And I didn't want to fight LeVar Arrington either, so I figured I better calm down. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's
yeah,
funny.
when you think about it, like, who doesn't want to win? You know anybody that want to
You
win?
see, do you read the frustration in these two ex-coaches?
Yeah, 70
That
years we have in the
if
game.
some guy, some kid, I don't care, if it's midgets all the way through, you put your hands on the coach and push him and say, I don't want to listen to you.
Yeah. Get me
You're
in
not
there.
giving me the ball.
Yeah.
Yes. So,
Now let's talk about that game, because let's face it, if you're wanting to buy an ad next year, you better start saving.
yes.
Because it goes by eyeballs, and they had 130 million.
Yeah.
Well, 260 if you had two eyes. So
Yeah.
think about it.
My daughters, my wife.
Yeah. They watch?
They watch. That's what I'm saying.
Watch
They
them.
watch. Oh, they watch all of it. And,
Oh, yeah, real quick. Guy says to me yesterday, he goes, do you think Tiger Woods? I said, wait till Saturday and Sunday if he's in the tournament.
Proof.
There will be people. What's your son
Yeah.
say? When's he watch?
When he's playing.
Yeah. So that
Tiger's
Tiger
playing, he
Red
never
or
misses.
whatever it's called.
Like on
you don't
Saturday,
think anybody's watching
on Saturday
that?
and Sundays.
Oh, my
When
God.
Tiger was his heyday,
Oh,
he was watching.
Must see.
It was a must see. Then as soon as he got out, I said, Eric, you ain't watching it? And he said,
no,
no, Tiger's
I don't
not
watch
playing.
it. Let's talk about the ratings. Great ratings. And Al taught this guy once. He calls our radio show. Guy says, man, Al, what a game. And Al says, was it a good game or a close game? The guy goes, 17 turnovers, 8 minutes. Albert, it wasn't a good game.
You hear that, fans?
Yeah.
This is the Super Bowl.
It was
it
sloppy.
was a close game. Neither team played their best.
Horrible.
It was a close game. And so people like that kind of game, and that's fine. But watching it from the standpoint of coaching again, neither team could put the film on and think, man, did we play a good game.
And you've talked about this forever. 19 points in regulation.
Your boy.
And you're going to fire. Well, first of all, Shanahan, the junior
I'm talking about
lobster,
Shanahan.
the genius. I thought he's a
calling
genius.
him genius.
2 touchdowns.
Please. Yes.
You know, I think I could get one. If I had McCaffrey,
You can get one.
I get one.
You get
You
one.
give me Kittle, McCaffrey,
Samuel and
Ayuk,
Ayuk.
I can get one. I know I'd have got one. You think you might have got one?
I was snuck one in.
All right. So there, we got 2 also.
That is a frustrating thing for George and I.
Yeah.
That the game of football is played with 3 areas. Football is offense, defense, and special teams.
Oh.
Old Shanahan forgot about special teams.
Now, Shanahan has done this before.
He forgot about
He
special
and his
teams.
buddy at Green Bay have lost game after. First of all, the kicker, he bailed him out because he doesn't kick like that normally. Then, of course, he got the one block cost him
He
the game.
did. It cost him a game.
And then the guy from Pittsburgh that didn't dive in the ball.
Yes.
JoJo McGregor. What's his name?
Cloud.
Yeah, Ray. Yeah.
Ray.
Was bad. Because you have to jump on that ball.
Yeah, don't try to pick it up.
No,
Just jump
this
on
is
it.
not Florida State, Wake Forest. And it doesn't matter. You're going to score in the next play.
Right.
You dive on that ball, Ray.
Yes.
You dive.
Yeah, and so the thing I will say, and before we get off this subject, a genius in football means all 3 areas are covered, means you're 16-1 or whatever with teams that aren't as good as yours. He's not a genius. How many championships do you have?
0. They call that squad dooch in my neighborhood. What does he want? Squad dooch.
Just don't call him a genius.
I'm fine.
Say he's a nice coach.
Good
He is.
coach.
I would never say he's not a
No.
good coach. He's a good coach. Just don't call him a
Now,
genius.
let's get him hard. I'm going to get him hard. First of all, I'm going to get him for not knowing the rules.
This is the genius part right here.
Yeah, I'm going to get him hard. Al says to me the other day, I said, you don't coach 49ers. You didn't need to know. But when you coach Elwood City, you know every rule.
Yes.
Did you know every rule?
Yeah, I wasn't sure about the overtime rule either.
But you didn't have to be.
So I started looking it up and found out what it was. Yeah.
I'm looking, and when I see they're not hurrying, it dawned on me.
They're moving down
I
the other
don't
end.
listen to Roma. I wouldn't waste my time.
They didn't know.
They had to bring Jeannie on.
Yeah.
Jeannie had to come on and
Stairs tried
explain
to
it.
save him. He had to save him
Jeannie saved them.
because they didn't know.
By the way, condolences to Jeannie. There was a death in his family, and he's
Yeah, we're gonna have him on next
he's
our
one of
radio
the
show
real
coming
good
up. Yeah,
guys. But Shanahan didn't know it. Now listen what he said, because he had to come back. Like, you know how Taunton, did you ever see the Lone Ranger? When he wants to cover, so they go the other way, and then he gets the brush and he erases
Cover
the
tracks.
horse track, so he goes the other way. That was Shanahan. First, he came out and he said, well, we didn't want Patrick to have the ball. Well, he was getting the ball. Whether you scored 6, 7, or 8,
It doesn't make a difference in the
he
rules.
was getting the
Right,
ball. The new
yes.
rule is
He didn't
you
know
each
that.
get the ball
He
once.
didn't know that.
And by the way, they should shut the clock off.
Yeah.
That's their fault,
Yeah,
too.
there's no reason for a
Should be a
clock.
play clock.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So they're talking about that. And by the way, just to make him even more foolish, KC had practiced for months they were going for 2 regardless.
Yeah, that was my, and George that was my reason for him kicking off instead of taking the ball. Anytime Mahomes has the ball and has a chance to win, there's a good chance you're losing. He's going to. So my idea was give the ball to Mahomes, even if he goes for a touchdown. We get the ball. We have 4 downs every time. Yeah. We score a touchdown. Guess what we do? We go for 2. San Fran either wins the game or loses the game right there because you don't want Mahomes to have the ball again. Yeah. Instead, they took the ball.
Well, Al and I talked about this also for years. Like we do, coaching defense, we both coached it hard. And I used to tell my guys, if you don't remember anything else, because I learned this from the greatest coach, your coach, make them uncomfortable.
They don't like it.
Do you like when someone sticks their hand up when you cut through?
No one.
Stick it up. Do you like when someone gets right under you and you can't move?
Yeah.
Do that. So now you say to Kansas City, what's the ideal scenario? We want Pat with the ball last. Don't give it to him.
You can't do it.
How? Now, do you need any algorithms?
Yeah, 2 weeks.
Do you need algorithms?
In a coaching office and say, okay, man, let's look at all the things
scenarios.
Yes, that's the worst.
Yes.
And let's really look at the overtime. That was simple. We got the ball. We have to have the ball last. Absolutely. Unless Kansas City makes us do it. We want the ball last.
He and Brady, they're assassins.
Yeah.
The guy's got 3 Super Bowls. He's 28.
And he does it in a variety of ways.
And he could run.
He can run, pass, play action.
See, Al and I got a buddy, he goes, that little guy. I said to him finally last week.
That's funny.
Hey, Red.
That's funny.
I said, my man, he's 6'2", 220. He's not that little.
Not at all.
Now, he's like Steph compared to those giants.
Oh, yeah.
But he's not a little man.
No, not little.
And you know, he said something the other day. He was on McAfee. He was sitting there. He said, he said, I think I'm a little faster than they think I am. I think he is too.
I know. I see him run.
His father's a professional athlete.
Yes.
So we talk. So what's the result? 3 Super Bowls for Mahomes. 3 Super Bowls
I think he's a Hall of Famer already without winning another one.
Oh, no. You
don't think so?
Oh, no. Agree 100%.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
They have him sledded between Montana and...
So do I.
The GOAT.
I'm not a modern guy.
I know.
He's that good. I mean, he is that good.
No, he's only 28. Now, remember, though, 1 auto accident.
Oh, no.
But
Chris Jones, that's all I'd say. That you have they depend on the defense a lot this year.
Way more than before.
As good as Mahomes is.
Yeah.
If Chris, it's not easy to win Super Bowls as easy as they think it is.
Well, I think the fact he only had 2 touchdowns in regulation tells you. And by the way, what did they do the very next day for the defensive coordinator? Gave him a raise.
He deserves it.
Absolutely.
He deserves it.
By the way, he's got 3 and 1 in New York or somewhere. He's got 4.
Wasn't a good head coach, though.
He was not. We've discussed it a million times. See, this is like they're bringing this guy back at Dallas, this Zimmer.
Yeah.
And I know he wasn't good as a head coach. But
he's always been good as defense coordinator.
And it's funny the other day.
Always been good as defense coordinator.
You'll love this. He was doing his press conference the other day. I got to admit he has a sense of humor. He's giving his press conference and his phone rings. Not one of the press guys where he could get annoyed. He goes, somebody wants a job. And they all bust out laughing. And he said, I'm serious.
He is serious.
Sure.
Oh, no question.
Oh, they're calling day and night.
Oh, yeah.
There's only so many of those jobs.
I know you need a secondary.
They only have so many of those jobs.
Yes.
But really, here's all I'll say. The 49ers didn't know the rules, and one of them is Harvard grad Kyle Juszczyk.
He's Harvard grad.
And then he had the nerve to say it didn't matter. Now he is dumb.
Oh, that's stupid. He said that.
Said it didn't matter.
Mattered completely.
Mattered completely.
Yeah,
it was a game.
Yes.
And they were going for 2. We do a TV show somewhere else, and the guy didn't know the rules either. And he's telling me, I said, the game wasn't over.
No.
Because you watch Mahomes.
They really thought
he had 2 timeouts, and he wasn't even hurrying. So I knew. I said, they're just going to run to the other end.
I didn't know that one.
Now, if you were sitting down there, you'd have been.
That rule I knew. But
absolutely, Of course
who got the ball and how it worked out, I wasn't sure.
What hadn't happened. And when the preview that made it was Brady getting the ball 1 year and going down.
Oh, they did it.
Buffalo didn't get it.
Yes,
that's what. All right, NBA finally. All-Star Week is here. I've watched more NBA since
You're
COVID.
an NBA
I'm
guy.
turning into.
You are.
I won't say a fan.
No, George will call and tell me about every player.
Those guys are incredible.
And
But you know how incredible. See, Albert already knows. I had a buddy. He had to go to a Cavs game and sit in the front.
no,
He come back. He said,
you can't.
He said, honestly, I'm telling you, he said, to go up and down there in 20 seconds at that speed and that size, he said,
They're so huge.
honest to God,
They're
he
so
said,
big.
you tried to, I tried to tell him, no, they don't play to the fourth. Go to a game once and
so
see if they're
big.
playing it
They're
happen.
playing. They're
yeah,
playing.
absolutely. But anyhow, I'm going to say this. I'm going to take my hats off to the Cavs.
Defensively,
He has a buddy that follows him
closely.
And I said to Al last night, everyone's in a stance. And you know what they're
That's
especially...
Bickerstaff. That's the younger Bickerstaff.
I got to give him a head,
Yeah.
a
He has
heads
to play
up,
right
Coach.
defensively.
And I'm going to say one more thing. You and I have spoken. What's the hardest thing? Spacing the ball.
They do it well.
Albert. As well as you can do it when every guy can get to the hole.
Right.
This isn't like coaching Butler and Ursula.
No.
No, you got to stop. Every guy can
Every
put the
guy.
ball on the
Every
floor.
guy.
That's what makes Pitt so dangerous, by the way.
Yeah, if they're shooting well, they're hard to beat.
I believe that. I think they're worth $1 or $2 at their odds.
Yeah.
The Cavs. The 20
so
to
do
1.
I.
Yeah, 20 to 1. If you have a few bucks at FanDuel,
no question.
do it. Now, who's playing lights out? This hasn't changed. The Celtics. They won by 50 again Wednesday night.
50.
Incredible. No, nobody wins by 50.
No, they if they don't win it this year, I'll be shocked.
Well, I'm telling you what, you made
The West is better though.
You said something good there. They got to win it.
Yeah, this is
Anything.
They have to win it.
Anything short.
No, they have to win it this year.
Yeah. And it looks like Milwaukee has the Doc Rivers albatross. There's only one guy who lost more than Doc Rivers, Shanatan. Shanatan has lost
Is he
more.
catching Doc?
He's going to catch him. It's just incredible. Now,
But
let's
you know
look
the
at
thing
it.
about that, both of them are thought of as
Great coach.
the greatest coaches.
I
No,
know.
not great. See, I don't
know.
mind. I think
Yeah.
there are good coaches.
I know.
I'm talking about the
I
greatest.
know.
Don't call him the
I know.
greatest.
No,
Don't call Doc Rivers the greatest coach.
You know,
of
it's
the-
one of those deals where somebody says it, and
They can build on it.
no one blows 3-1 leads. It's only been done.
Doc does.
Doc's the king, and Shanatan, he has 0.
Doc.
But and then we got to get on. We didn't get on him enough yet. Firing the defensive coordinator who coached his rear end off, gave Mahomes 2 tutties.
Yeah, no. Think about that. He's blaming. He's going to go
No,
out and
he's
blame.
he's basically saying, not my fault.
It's good, as I said. Let's blame somebody else.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, I've never done. I will say right now, if I do,
I've never seen it do that.
It's on
Ever.
me.
Yeah.
It was on me.
Yes.
Now, do you agree the West has 4 or 5 teams that can win?
Yeah, and
Are
that-
the Lakers one of them?
I always put them
You
out.
hate
you know
to
that.
write them out.
I always write
know. Albert hates to write
But
them
I
off.
won't write them off ever. This year I'd say no.
I'll tell you, when the lefty's on,
Oh, yeah. That's true in NBA, though.
but you know, and
he fires.
Blake's no bum. You know that.
You talking about Reeves?
I always go wrong guy. Reeves. He's no bum.
No question about
No.
that. Russell and Reeves, you know,
Yeah.
if they're on it all.
Yeah.
You got LeBron and
They might not be a good third, but together they're a good 3-4.
And you got LeBron and
you
Ibra
got
out
2.
there.
No,
yeah.
but you got 2 stuff.
That's why you can't never put them out. But right now, I see
No.
the West better. I see that team's better.
Okay.
I see the
I'm
team's
going to
better.
mention that to you.
Boy, they scored a lot of points, the Lakers.
Yeah.
I mean, that league has changed so much.
How about last night?
There's such high scores.
I have an under going into the 4th quarter. I said, I think I'm going to have a good night. And I went to bed, get up this morning. They scored 72 points in 4th quarter, 41-31.
That's what I said. You can't.
So that is a loser.
That's amazing.
255
It's
points.
amazing how high the points are.
Clippers and Warriors.
Yes.
Partly my fault. They're 2 offensive teams. But here's the other thing. The one team that's really curious is Milwaukee, and I'm afraid they got the Doc Rivers jinx.
Well, it seems like he puts the jinx on, but you're hoping the Greek Freak can overcome the jinx.
Well, he can.
Because he's so good.
And
you like him so much because he plays hard
and
every
this
night.
guy here,
He plays.
he's going to start hitting. You know what he's doing? Pointing here to the watch. It's time to hit him, Dame. You know what I mean? It's time to hit some shots.
Yeah, Lillard. Yes.
Philly, you just need Embiid back. It's that simple.
What's the story on him?
They said a month. Minutes. He should be back.
Oh no, he's back. They're dangerous.
But you know what, Mike?
Was he good?
Oh no.
Was he good?
But who's 7'2" has a face-up
No,
jab
that's what I'm
step
talking
game?
about.
Who at 7'2"
At 14 feet in
has
the
a face-up
He
jab
can't stop
step
him.
game?
No.
And the only thing I'll say about him, like if You know, you have a mental image of somebody. Mine of him is laying on the ground.
I know. He's been hurt so much.
Okay, so it's not just
Yeah,
me then.
yeah.
You didn't think I was crazy. Okay, the 3-point challenge. Here it comes. I'm on Ionescu.
No, she's going. She said she wants to shoot deep
No,
too.
she's shooting. No, she already said it. It's done.
I want to shoot deep.
Yeah, they said, you want to shoot from WNBA. By the way, it's 2.5 feet. It's not a few inches.
Right.
She said,
What-
no.
They have to have odds on that one too, probably.
Well, look,
Curry's
you know what I'm thinking about Curry? He might pull a Bobby Riggs. That worries me. You know what I mean?
Right.
Go put $2 million on her at 8-5.
Yes.
That's the only thing that worries me. I've seen her make 20. Let's say this.
In a row.
I told Al, I've seen her make 4 racks, 20 in a row.
Yeah, in a row.
So don't think this is going to be some, unless she pees her pants.
Yeah.
And I don't think she will.
I don't see.
Do you?
No.
All right, NCAA hoops, here we go. Once again, 3.5 weeks, let's say. I'll still take the field.
So would I.
You said that the other day.
Yeah,
I was
so
going to
would I.
give you a re-question.
Yeah.
Still?
The field out there can win any night. It happens every night. of the week.
UConn's a threat, right?
They're the team.
Top
to beat.
threat.
They're the team. To beat.
Okay. Houston, 3rd or 4th favorite.
Yeah, definitely can be beat because their offense struggles. So they can be beat.
And I tell you, when you have a stubborn coach, he won't play zone.
That's Purdue.
Purdue. That's my next
Yeah,
team.
that's
Purdue.
Yeah, Purdue
And
can beat because their defense can let them down.
Yeah.
Against the pick and roll.
Yeah, high pick and roll.
Yeah.
They're going to try to.
Houston because offensively they could go into a slump and
They
score.
can't shoot.
You know, they are not a
The
good
only thing
shooter.
they do,
Connecticut has everything.
Hey, what's Perk say? What they do. I'm going to tell you what they do.
Oh, man.
They go the old boards.
Oh, they kill you on the
Don't
boards.
think they don't go the old
Yeah.
board. Purdue and Kansas, I got Arizona. Did I miss anyone?
No,
Tennessee.
That's the top teams. Auburn, I really like Auburn. I do like Auburn a lot. They got
Lucky they don't play at home.
Yeah, they do win at home.
Oh,
big.
my God. Last night, South Carolina was in there.
And South Carolina have been playing good.
And listen, they're the best against the spot in the
South Carolina
country.
have been playing
They
good.
put 100.
No spot last night.
No, they put 100 on them. Now, here's a funny story, too.
But that's my team. I'll tell you, that's
Okay.
what I like Auburn.
Okay, I like Marquette.
Okay.
The NIT has said they're going to go away from the mid-major regular season winners.
That hurts YSU.
And go, oh, absolutely. And they're going to go deeper into the big schools, like Syracuse at the 7 spot.
They want crowds. They
You
want
know what I
crowds.
heard today? That the Mountain West has 6 or 7, ACC has 4. Doesn't seem right.
Yeah, I'd like to look into that and find out the reason.
Okay.
I like to see their exhibition schedules.
Absolutely.
Who they play. I like to see that.
No, absolutely. Now, here's something funny. Monday, Indiana State was ranked for the first time since Larry Bird. Next night,
Yes, that's the example we're
Illinois
talking
State. That's how hard it is.
It's hard to win. It is.
Well, we know. I always.
Ron Morris game, it was down to the wire,
Yeah.
and then YSU pulled away.
I'd be eating lunch, and they go, "Who do you play?" I'd tell them, "I go beat them." I said, "Would you mind calling down there and telling them?" I'd be really relaxed.
I'd feel a lot better.
If you'd call down to North Allegheny or
Feel a lot
Newcastle,
better.
so you call up the Fairlawn and tell them we're coming, but
It's an easy one.
it'll be an easy one. I just laughed. Now here's the sign of spring in my eyes.
The Masters?
No, well that's coming. Mine's earlier spring. Pitchers, catchers reporting.
Oh yeah.
That's baseball
And Cleveland
season.
and Pittsburgh has no chance. I'll tell you that. Right
Oh,
one
you
of
know,
them.
I see. He's
Isn't that a shame?
He's a party pooper.
Isn't that a shame?
But I was coming to that. I said there's 6 teams or 7 that can be in there.
Yeah, in my mind, that's all there is.
No, absolutely.
I look at the pay scale, match it up, and say, "Ooh,
Yep.
they got a chance."
Now, that's one thing we know. The end is you'll miss Tito because he was revered and respected.
They played.
They played for Tito.
They showed up on time.
They always
played
played
all
for
the time.
Tito.
Yeah, they did. Yep.
A 30 seconds miscellaneous. Tiger coming out with a new brand. Look for a lot of red.
Oh, Tiger.
Will there be a lot
With
of
the name,
red?
we already said his name once. When you say Tiger,
Absolutely.
everybody jumps in.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I put this Zimmer down, the DC at
Right.
Dallas. I said he failed more times than Evil Knievel.
Well, he's a good defensive coach.
Okay, so you think they
He's
might
not,
be
a,
all
he's
right?
not a good head coach.
Okay, and as we know, there's a difference. One's making suggestions, one's
Yeah.
making decisions. Thanks again for watching Bottom Line Sports. We'll see you next time.